What's going on, guys? It's Pat and Thomas, and we are excited to release another Patio Pod podcast to all major platforms. Today we had NWA Daily's Tad and Luke on for an awesome conversation about Northwest Arkansas. If you haven't heard of them, fantastic newsletter that they put out every single day here in NWA. We had some drinks here at City Park. We talked a lot about outdoor activities and the hogs and you name it. Thanks for tuning in. Let's jump right into it. What's going on, guys? So we're here shooting an episode, a really special episode, because we have the guys from NWA Daily in our presence, Luke and Tad, and we're so glad to have y'all here. Alongside me is Thomas, my co-host, and I'm Patrick, and we're going to get it going. So without further ado, you guys are the owners and managers and runners of NWA Daily, which is an amazing newsletter in Arkansas. So that's most of what I know. We've connected before, but tell me, who are you as people, and then tell us about NWA Daily.
For sure. You start. I don't know how we met.
Yeah,
right.
Because we kind of met just even
Through mutuals.
Yeah, mutual friends, and hearing about what y'all are doing with Patio Social, and it was perfect things to share in the newsletter. And so, Tad, I grew up here in Northwest Arkansas, kind of mostly in the Benton County area, Bentonville, Rogers. Graduated from Rogers Heritage High School, came down here to Fayetteville for the U of A, and then stuck around. My wife and I have 3 kids and 4th coming. Yeah. And then I got roped into doing stuff with NWA Daily a few years ago. Luke and our other friend Daniel started the newsletter. And as I was looking for kind of new career opportunities, what started as, hey, will you help us write this for like 2 weeks? It was like a sub. Turned into, you want to do that for a couple months? And then by the end of that year, it was, why don't we just do this full time? This is going really well, and it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Luke, tell us about yourself.
Luke, here with my wife, came to school, met her in Kansas City, and then we decided to stay. And similar to you, we came a little further than Rogers. It's just an amazing spot, a great place to raise a family, and I've got 2 boys as well. I would say, I don't know how to describe myself. I think at the Patio Social event, Tad and I were walking around and we were meeting people, which is great. And people kept asking, like, what do you do? And every answer I was changing it, because I was like, I run NWA Daily. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm an attorney. I'm like, Ted, I don't know how to do this. So.
Which one of my business?
Yeah, exactly. Attorney by trade, but entrepreneur and really just kind of community. And someone wants to invest in the community in different ways, I think.
Yeah, for sure. So what was each of y'all's first event you went to? First Patio Social that broke you into the sphere?
That one up at
The Hub.
The Hub.
Yeah, really, that
was our first one.
Yeah, Luke, you were there too. I didn't see you in there. I remember seeing Tad.
Yeah. Well, it was like
packed.
It was all like 200 other people. So
I couldn't believe you guys were running it. It was
He's running.
It was a lot.
I stand there and look at it, Yeah.
I've actually used that event as kind of like a benchmark for. So NWA Daily has our first in-person event coming up May 29th at Theater Square. And we've got a DJ and an MC coming to help us. And I'm like, you need to go to a Patio Social event because they bring energy. Yeah. And I was like, I don't know how to describe it, but I'm like, we got to bring the energy to the event.
Get close to that.
Yes.
I used y'all recently as a benchmark. Hey, you go to this thing, Patrick's way too excited to be there, but he...
How much caffeine is this guy? It's like 5 p.m., man.
A lot. We try to bring that energy. We both come from like the networking world of so we've done many chamber socials and things like that, and definitely wanted to bring more energy than that and make it more of a social scene, because that's the best way to network, is actually make good connections, friendships as well. So I want to know a little bit more about NWA Daily as a business, because if you would have asked me 10 years ago, like, hey, we're thinking about doing a business, it's all about email, it's a newsletter, I, in my naive brain, would have said, oh, email's not that great, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now in 2025, you guys have this insane newsletter that's getting reads like crazy. So why is the newsletters, why is that the way to go with with this business, and like, how did you come up with the idea? And just tell us about it a little bit.
Well, if you said 10 years ago, if you'd asked me that 5 years ago, I would have said, hey man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
My business partner and I, Daniel Fritchie, and started it, and he came to me in the fall of 2020, and he had just moved up here from Little Rock. He and his wife did, and we got reconnected. Our wives knew each other and kind of brought us together.
Yeah.
And he was like, Luke, what's going on in the community? What events do I go to? What new places are opening up? What restaurants are here? Like, where should I go for date night?
Yeah.
And I more or less had some type of an answer for him. And he called me one day and he goes, hey, if you want to write like just like an email newsletter, I can send it out. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, well, you seem to know kind of what's going on in the area. It'd be great if you could, I don't know, put this in some format and then we'll start sending it to people. I was like, man, no way. I was like, I don't want to take that time and do it. The next day, there was a national newsletter and they, next day they announced they were going to local markets. So they were going to larger markets, but they were going to like Minneapolis, San Diego, Tampa. And so I called Daniel back. I was like, hey, you might be onto something.
Yeah.
And so for about 3 months, I woke up every morning, found some content from Twitter, wrote the newsletter, sent it to him, and then we basically sent it to ourselves to see how it looked and read.
That was 2020, so there's a lot of random content out there, I'm sure, right?
Yeah.
Just pick up and run with.
Yeah. And
There's so many things going on that you're
Northwest Arkansas content on that. Like, you were focused on NWA, yeah?
yeah, it was exclusively Northwest Arkansas content. And a lot of it was, during the 2020 elections and during another wave of COVID. And so we were just promoting businesses like, hey, just a reminder, this candle shop in Rogers is open for business, right? They're doing an outdoor in-person spacing type event this weekend. Show up to it.
Yeah.
And eventually told our kind of parents and friends, subscribed to them all, and then in January officially launched it. And I told Daniel, I said, hey man, let's do this for 6 months and let's reevaluate. And he called me in May or June of 2021 and said, hey, what do you think? I said, well, I don't know how this worked, but we got advertisers lined up through the rest of the year. I think we're committed now. So at that point, started looking for a writer and started building a team around it.
That's awesome. And that's where Tad came into play, or a few years later?
Probably another year or so into that. We had talked a little bit, actually, as you guys were kind of launching it. Timing didn't work right. But then kind of like you shared, the wives are the ones talking, kind of connecting us at these key moments, I guess. Of my wife, Christian, was hanging out with Daniel's wife, Olivia. She just kind of casually mentioned that one of the part-time writers they had at the time was going to be out in town for a couple weeks. I studied English in college, always looking for ways to do writing. I had done a couple little things here and there for friends when it came to like copywriting stuff for websites. And so reached out, I was like, hey, if you guys need some help, I'm available. And then did that for a couple weeks.
Thomas, what did you study in college?
Nothing. Good studying. Heck no.
Sorry.
A little bit. I studied how to study for a couple months and then drop out for a second. Yeah.
Chose a different path.
Yeah, I'm not a college guy either. That's why I'm getting on it. That's cool. So was that U of A or somewhere else?
Yeah, to study English at the U of A.
So you guys are Hogs fans.
Yes.
So tell us, baseball, football, basketball. Are you sports fans at all? Like, what do y'all watch?
I'm more of a baseball kind of guy. So I like it all, but the baseball season, going to a game for 3 or 4 hours on a weekend,
Really
love
fun.
it. Love the environment.
Yeah, I love the baseball games.
They're really fun. But I mean, I can't be picky. If someone said, "Hey, here's two tickets," I'm taking them. Right.
For sure. Tad's an English major.
So as you can maybe assume, I was not much of a sports fan coming into college to begin with. And then that was right at the beginning of, we'll just call it, some staffing changes that happened at the U of A. They had been controversial, and so our programs kind of tanked. So there wasn't really much to watch in terms of football, at least. But as of late, the last few years, which makes me sound like such a bandwagoner, but really gotten into watching Hogs basketball. That's kind of our family sport of choice. We were all in.
Yeah.
It's a new era.
Yeah.
Top of a new era.
Yeah.
I'm a huge basketball fan as well, so love the games.
I was in athletic. This was my second year of college. Had no idea what I was going to do, and someone offered me an athletic marketing internship, and so it was my sophomore going into junior year, and I was like, yeah, sure. It wasn't even paid. It was free, and you worked every football game and then basically like every other basketball, softball, volleyball, and baseball game.
And what were you doing? Taking photos, writing? What were you doing?
I was on the field doing promos. Nice. So like, you know, like they used to do, like they throw T-shirts out now at games. Like that was me. If you saw my highlight reel, the opening reel would be, there used to be a hog nose for the run out.
Yeah.
And so, and they would have smoke come out of the hog.
Yep.
I was standing in the middle of the hog nose, hitting the smoke fog button, and the players were running out next to me. That was my career. Yeah, fog guy.
Yeah, I love it. It's awesome.
So we would do all sorts of pregame stuff. It was great, but yeah, I tried to get as close to the sports as I can in college, and then realized I don't want to do that, and so went a different route.
Have you guys done collaborative stuff with the university as far as NWA Daily? Do you guys promote their events or games or anything like that?
Yeah, we've had a fun relationship with the marketing team for the Razorbacks. It's been a fun partnership, getting to promote different sporting events that are going on throughout the year.
Yeah.
Getting to participate and do some like ticket giveaways. It's like the last couple of years we've gotten to do like a season ticket giveaway for the football season, which has always been really fun. And what fun way for us to give something fun to our current readers, use it as kind of a way to draw in new readers of saying, hey, we're getting to do this cool thing, and the hype around it kind of spreads on social media. We get to tell them about our newsletter.
Yeah.
So
that was with the athletic department, and then we had an intern this past year through.
Oh yeah, that's been a fun one. So the venture intern program through the Office for Entrepreneurship with the U of A.
Yep.
Great program, and I don't know if any small business owners are listening to this, young companies. Huge way to get some top talent from the U of A. We last week went to the program ending, and I was blown away by getting to hear some of the stories of what some of these college students were working on. Made me feel like
they're smarter than
worse
all
about
of
my
us.
English degree. Because I was like, man, these kids knew what they were doing in college. They're not wasting their time here.
I think they're realizing and they're being pushed by advisors and professors, which is a good thing. That it's about networking, and like you can come here and learn what you need to and be educated in school, but you need to go out and have your hands doing something, right? And networking with the group. So whenever we had Cooper with us all this semester, we tried to get him in meetings with different people, sitting down with different business owners, because he had an itch to be an entrepreneur. He didn't know what that meant. And so we were able to encourage him in that capacity, and it was a great program.
It's awesome. So it's awesome having the U of A in our backyard as we're doing this.
Yeah, worked with the MBA program a bit early on, and so they've been super supportive of us.
Yeah. So y'all have written so many articles. What's your number one? What's your top article? Do you know it off the top of your head?
What's your top producing article, and what's your favorite subject to write on? I think that's.
In terms of just like most popular, a couple last year, and it's an annual event, so probably popular again. But the SOAR Hot Air Balloon Festival that happens in September, I think, each year. Like Sam's Fine Furniture helps put that on. Partners with Lincoln on the nonprofit. I know that it helps folks with disabilities find work and employment, and so a really cool nonprofit that SOAR supports. And so that is always really popular. Always blows up on social media when we post the article, and people clicking on it want to know about it. It's a really neat event in the area. We've got some guides that I think have gotten popular. The fall foliage, like whenever the leaves turn color in the fall, people want to know like what are some cool scenic drives, good places for that, pumpkin patches, kind of all those.
Anything with restaurants, like food and drink, so City Park, and these folks do a great job. So
it's awesome.
Yeah.
Speaking of, we're at City Park. How's the drinks?
Oh, it's great.
It's cold. Yeah, it's great. It's great.
We got beers, cocktails, and mocktails on the table. So.
Oh, this place is awesome. This has been a fun go-to. So we're bringing our family up here. It's a really good spot.
I'm embarrassed to say this is our first time hanging out here. So.
Oh, really?
You'll be back.
Well, yeah.
If you drinks are great.
If you see us, we'll bring a crew with us. Yeah. I mean, you've got 3 boys. Yeah.
Throwing rocks. They're about to do like a really cool, eventually kind of a revitalization of the stream down here and connect it across with a bridge to the bike path that runs over there across And so
Wow.
it's going to make this place even more awesome. So
Oh yeah.
the team behind City Parks.
This place is Fayetteville to me because you've got trail, you've got stream, you've got outdoor activities. This is just a really cool, authentic Fayetteville
Well,
vibe.
yeah, I mean, do you spend time in Dallas?
A little bit.
Okay, so you have that Katy Trail Ice House. Like this almost reminds me of it, but the Fayetteville version. And it took the operators here and the owners are a group of Fayetteville guys, and so it took some locals to pull it off, but I think they've done a really good job with it.
Yeah.
Sounds like this is a spot that you guys frequent at least a little bit. Do you have another restaurant or bar or hangout brewery maybe that you guys frequent and would want to shout out on the podcast?
I know for me, it's kind of like if my wife and I are just having like a chill date night, we're going to Fossil Cove and getting a beer and then Wicked Woodfire Pizza.
Yeah.
Best.
Solid. Casual date night. You can bring the kids there.
Wicked Woodfire, where's
Wicked
that?
Woodfire.
It's their food truck out back.
Okay,
Usually
awesome.
posted up at Fossil Cove. It's as a Rogers native growing up, I gotta give a shout out to the Rail. It was my #1 pizza place in Northwest Arkansas. But living in Fayetteville now, Wicked Wood's my top. And so, but yeah, there. Since you picked Fossil Cove, another fun place to go is out in Goshen called Orthodox Farmhouse Brewery.
Yeah.
It's a great spot. Jesse and the team out there making great brews, but also just it's a great vibe.
Yes.
Then my oldest boy loves planes, and so we like going to Louise in Bentonville,
Bentonville's
and they have like a fenced-in like green space where you can go play. Airplanes are taking off and landing. They got a park next to it, and so our answers are like, are they really kids?
Go hang out with our kids.
Yeah.
Adults too.
And I'm a father of 4, so I'm the same way. Thomas is my cousin. He's kind of like my oldest son sometimes. So you got to take him to a place with a playground. And, he's got to be
Entertain me all the time.
He is not a tablet kid. I'm sure.
Since you guys have attention. Yeah, as the patio guys, another spot, and it's not far from where we office, so we walk up there for lunch often. But Ozark Natural Foods or the Co-op, their college, they got a great patio outside, especially as we're getting into good weather right now. It's a really good spot to go post up at.
We've definitely been thinking about a way we could collab with them.
It would be
I
awesome.
really like the Co-op.
Yeah,
it's
they
a cool
love it.
spot. There's some untapped Fayetteville places for us. We really started in Bentonville, and then obviously branched into Rogers. I was originally a Rogers guy, so kind of those two spaces. But Fayetteville has so many outdoor spaces. I mean, it just fits exactly what we're trying to do. So we don't want to neglect that in any way. So.
How many events have y'all had?
Yeah.
Oh man, we started in 2021, and we did quarterly, and then we did bi-monthly, and then we did every single month, and we've done that since.
Yeah.
And so you put me on the spot.
And now it's 30, there's
20 to 30.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Super dance in there.
And so we started more as a happy hour with us being in the real estate world, trying to network, trying to get some of our clients together and stuff. And you probably understand that being an attorney, right? You have your clientele, you want to keep in touch with them to some degree.
Yeah.
Right? But then last year really transformed into Patio Social because we saw the social scene from it growing quite a bit versus just the networking scene. So that's why someone will show up and say, this is the funnest networking event I've ever been to, and that's because we really open the gates. Retirees show up, Walmart employees show up, your local nurse comes out. They're not all just trying to pass business cards,
Right.
rather just connect and have fun and use it as a time to kick back and get a free drink.
In a good way. I was surprised by like the age diversity, I guess, at y'all's event. I kind of went there thinking it was more YP, and no, there was everyone. So
When we recently hosted a dinner for all of our kind of co-hosts and sponsors, the people involved, just to kind of have a get together with just them and everybody. All of our sponsors say we like the events that are smaller better.
Yeah.
So it's hilarious that we get these blowout big events with 200 people and everyone's like, well, we could maybe do smaller events. So that's something this year we're really working on is we want to have those massive events where everybody in the town is talking about it, but we also want to have those more specific kind of smaller, crowded, let's meet some people, shake hands and hang out. So
that's great.
it's a growing pain that we have is almost having too many people show up to our events. So,
Events are too
blessing
big.
for sure.
We're too big.
Yeah.
We get Well, we're in nature over here. We got the bike trail right over here. We've got trees everywhere. Fayetteville, everyone's getting outside and doing stuff. How do y'all get outside? What do you do? Do you mountain bike? Do you hike? Do you go, pick up a workout in the field? What do you do?
Yeah. Go do high rocks outside.
Yeah.
No, I've always been kind of a runner, so I picked up running when I was younger.
Up the hills in Fayetteville?
Yeah, I try to stick flat. The most flat I can get, the better. I'm worried about my time, so I put it on Strava, and so I need the kudos. So
Yeah, nice.
no, I've been a runner, and so recently got into trail running probably a year or two ago, and we'll do a little bit of that, but mostly just traditional road running.
Yeah. How long do you go? We know a guy who ultra marathon.
Yeah. Do you? Are you a marathon, like a local marathon guy, or are you what all do you get into?
I did my first marathon last October, and enjoyed it, doing like 50 miles a week in training, and so it was a lot.
Yeah.
But I had a great time. I'm looking to do another one, but I gotta be careful about how much pressure I put on the family.
Why is it with runners? It's like the closer to death you get, the better you feel about yourself. I don't get that. I haven't run a mile in years. Years. It's been since high school sports.
Oh yeah.
So that's I would say that's getting outside, and then honestly just like, again with kids, just going on walks.
Yeah.
Right.
A lot of walks, a lot of time at parks.
Mm-hmm.
We love getting in the creek, and so spend a lot of time at Gully Park.
Yeah, we're going floating this
We're
weekend.
floating this weekend with some guys. We're got like an annual trip out to the Buffalo. So if you're in Northwest Arkansas and you haven't floated the Buffalo,
Yeah. We have a Buffalo guide out.
Do what?
Do we have a experience the Buffalo guide?
Yeah. Oh yeah. No.
We should do that.
That's coming. It's actually like a legit trips like rafting up in like Alaska in the summer. So he's coming with. He's kind of like handling all the camping stuff.
All right, your takeaway from the trip is we need to experience the Buffalo guide.
The Buffalo.
Tad's learnings from the Buffalo.
Yeah, no, it's a. What's the ideal setup for a float trip? Is it coolers? Is it the Beats pill?
Roughing it, dude. One bag.
All right.
We're posting up somewhere on the side of the river.
Yeah.
Find some wet firewood probably.
Yeah.
It's gonna be raining all week, but no, it's. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Camping gear with you.
Yeah.
So we'll each.
Days you're floating out there, and then you find a spot to camp and keep going.
Definitely one way you can. And they've also got like some great campsites along the way. So like most people will put in like up at like the Ponkillo Water Bridge, and then float down. There's like Steel Creek's a big, beautiful campground. Some Bluffs, Kyle's Landing's another really good one. That kind of further down the river, and then you just kind of work your way all the way down.
You're educating a few city boys right now.
Yeah. We need to get you out there.
It's fun.
And
everyone's
intimate events coming up. Kind of more like a smaller group of people. Is we're going camping with patio guys.
Again with the near death thing.
It's a little more casual though. Yeah, so you have music going, you'll have a few beers, and it's just an easy way to decompress, get away. I mean, there's no cell phone service in a lot of the spots, so you're just kind of out.
River's the best. Have you ever had a river weekend?
I have, but not enough. Okay. And I've done guided river tours as well, which is lame. I feel like now that I'm talking to you guys, I gotta figure out what I'm doing.
But it's kind of it's kind of bring your own, bring what you expect to use, right? Like bring your tent, hammock, your own food, your own drinks, your own water, and then you kind of get your own boat.
Try to stay with the group.
Yeah.
Drinks and water.
And don't flip over. Good weekend.
When we met, we talked a lot about where you came from, how you got here, and both Thomas and I are faith-based guys. I'm curious. We kind of like to ask this open-ended question. It could really take you wherever you'd like for it to take you. You can talk about business or your faith in a different way. But what is faith to you? Give us a sentence or a paragraph. Yeah. What is faith to you, and what does that look like in your life?
It's a great question.
And there's no right answer. It could mean anything. Yeah, could mean anything.
I mean, I think I followed Jesus. He intervened in my life at a young age, and has been a huge part of just my experience all my life. And I think faith, especially just in the season that I'm in right now, is just knowing that there's a purpose, and both personally, but for all things, and that he oversees that. And that's not a hide under a rock and say the circumstances of the world aren't important and we should hide from it. It matters to understand and be aware of what's going on and be engaged and actually play a part. And yet being able to rest in that fact of, even if I can't understand why circumstances are the way they are right now, someone does.
Yeah.
And that can carry me through some rough days.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I 100% agree. I think from a business perspective, even like taking it back to NWA Daily, we started it to be a positive outlet of media in Northwest Arkansas. There was a lot of negativity going on, and both Dan and I are believers that come from just like great homes that we were raised up in the church, and we wanted to be that positive, refreshing news that people got in the morning.
Yeah.
And we were, even thinking like, we even came up with a theory. It's called the Big Mac theory, where when we were growing up, we had Big Macs and chicken nuggets and French fries, and it's good stuff, right? But you can't sustain a diet on that.
No.
And we felt like in 2020, our generation, the older generation, was sustaining a diet on bad media.
Yes.
And it was emotionally, spiritually, physically damaging to us. And so we're like, all right, it's the Big Mac theory. Let's get away from that, right? Let's get away from the Big Macs and actually put some good news in our lives. And so how that impacts like what we do as business operators and owners, I think it's just having faith that the Lord is in control, right? And not personally, but also the business too. And so you certainly have ups and downs as an entrepreneur. The highs are high and the lows can be low. And I'm sure y'all have experienced this too, but knowing that, hey, we're doing this for a reason, this is kind of our core value, and we're going to stick with it.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Great answers. So I want to tie this interview up with kind of a...
We're already done?
I know. I'm having a great time, seriously.
Well, I was going to order another one.
So tell us how people can get on your newsletter, and then tell us about this daily dine card that you just received and how people can get this as well.
Yeah. So if you want to follow along with our newsletter, NWADaily.com, and that's you know, see some of our past newsletters, get a taste of what it looks like, drop your email in, and then we'll show up in your inbox with a kind of a quick 5-minute digest of all the local news. And we're constantly looking around the internet, looking for what are those positive, fun stories, what's the cool event you want to be at this week and you don't want to miss, what's the new business coming down the road, and just how do you be engaged where you live, all positive. Not that those stories and keeping up with those things isn't important, but the lane that we offer is more of that. Hey, here's how you can be involved in some of the cool things, especially when we get to share about nonprofits in the area doing really cool work. The Dine Card, we kind of, as we're looking around the rest of the U.S., some people doing some really cool local newsletters. The guy up in the Catskills, New York, who did one of these, and we were like, let's try that for the area. Yeah. Great idea. He's kind of given the free pass, like, everybody try this if you're doing a newsletter. But we talked to 10 local restaurants. It's my favorite. You want to read some of these off? Like, we got like Stonebreaker, Louise, Rain Sushi, Homegrown, Co-op Ramen. Taco Tamale is on here.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Good choice. And we've done events at Brothers Meat House.
Oh, yes. So they all agreed. One time, 20% off. If you come in with the card and show it, they'll check it off. Get 20% off your ticket, both for you as a person or with your family or friends that come in. And we talked to some people that are trying to make this kind of like a scavenger hunt style. Let's try to knock out all 10 for date nights. But fun way for us to partner with some great local restaurants. And that's what our intern, Siri Cooper, worked out. We're really thankful for him and the work he put into that. But it's been really fun even to use personally so far.
Yeah, through 2025, right? So
$30. You can find a link to that on our homepage, NWADaily.com. Hopefully, depending on where you go first, pay it off. Win 20% off discount pretty quick, and then enjoy the savings throughout the rest of the year.
Yeah, awesome. Guys, thanks for being on. Cheers.
Yeah, appreciate you guys. So what y'all doing? Appreciate you guys.